To Your Best Interviews. My name is Eric Smith. Thank you so much for spending the time here with me. Today, what I want to talk to you about is the recession possibly coming and what that means for you as a job seeker or somebody who maybe isn't fulfilled in what they're doing today. So, a lot of speculation that the recession is coming and that there is going to be a recession. The companies are pausing hiring or freezing hiring. We've seen that a lot. Google, Apple have all freezed their hiring. A lot of tech companies are freezing hiring. So what does this mean for you as a job seeker? So it's still a really competitive market. A lot of people are still trying to get the right talent in, but things are going to shift, and you should expect that shift where companies are not going to be hiring at the volume that they were before. And so before, where you had maybe unlimited opportunities where everyone was hiring and you could still do remote work everywhere, that market is going to shrink a bit, but it's not going to shrink forever. Right. And so what this means for you is just that you need to be more deliberate about what you're applying to, really customize your resume as you're applying to spike your chances of actually getting the interview. So if you're applying with just a general broad resume that applies to a couple different industries, I'm advising you right now, you need to get more specific than that. You need to tailor a resume based on the jobs that you are directly applying to. And so that means more focus on your part. You're going to have to zone in on exactly what it is that you want and then write a resume that's custom fit to that job description within that industry, right? If you tailor your resume to a particular job description, you can apply to hundreds of companies for that same type of job, and your resume will be really, really relevant for that role. So you need to get really, really specific about your resume and customize it for what you're applying to give yourself every opportunity of actually getting in front of the hiring team. Number two, when you're in front of that hiring team, you need to make sure that you've done so much prep beforehand. You need to make sure that you have practiced and that you're in the best possible position to put your best foot forward and crush the interviews that you do have. You're not going to have as many opportunities, and so it means you need to perform at your best when you get these opportunities. And so that means a lot of practice. And then number three, what I would recommend is really take stock of what you're good at and start looking at freelance options. Look at Upwork, look at Fiverr, look at all these different sites where you can potentially get work and get paid for your skill set, your experience, without actually directly being an employee of a company. Now, if you're somebody who needs to have benefits and all these things, then yes, you need to go the employee route. You need to be applying as broadly as possible, right? So if you're just applying to 10 or 15 or 20 jobs, that's not enough. You need to be applying very, very broadly and making sure that you're giving yourself every opportunity to get into these hiring funnels. Another piece of advice I would give you, if you're looking to go to a company and not do the freelance thing or gig work, which is still a really good option, if you're somebody who just wants maybe more income coming in or to grow your experience, you can control which jobs you take, how often you work, what your pay rate is, all these different things, but you're a freelancer. So that's another really good option if you don't necessarily want to go to another company, but you're not sure what you want to do. You could go and be a freelancer. You could upload your profile on, again, Upwork, Fiverr. I think there's a couple others. Those are the two I'm most familiar with, but you could upload your profile and get out there that way. But what I would recommend if you're a job seeker that's looking to go to a company, they have insurance and benefits and these things, look at startups. I say this to a lot of people because startups typically are well-funded. You can go to a lot of venture capitalists, just Google venture capitalists and look at their portfolio of companies that they fund, that they've given money to. Typically, if they've gotten a Series A or a Series B funding round, it means that they've got an influx of cash that they need to bring on talent in order to grow revenue. And so when they have this cash, they tend to be hiring. And so even heading into a recession, these companies have been given a Series A, Series B, and they have revenue goals that they need to hit. And so they're hiring. A lot of these companies are not the most well-known. There's not big name brands. And so you're going to find them in portfolios for the venture capitalist firms. And these are the companies that you should be applying to, right? Because not many people have heard of them. So the competition might be a little bit lower. They tend to offer equity and good pay rates because they need to be competitive with the market in order to get talent because no one's heard of them. And the other side is even in a recession, they have to be hiring because they have to be growing. They're not public, so they need to be continuing to grow revenue, which means they need a workforce that can help them do that. So these are the things that I would be thinking about. If I'm a job seeker, is get really laser focused on what it is that you want to do, customize your resume that way. And to make sure that you're prepping for every interview to ensure that you're putting your best foot forward. You cannot have slip-ups here and there, especially in a tight hiring market. And then the other side is just really take stock. Do you want to go the freelance route? Do you want to work for a company? If you want to work for a company, you need to expand how many things you're applying to. And then I would recommend looking at startups as well, because startups, they tend to be well funded, and there's opportunity out there. So look at all these things, guys. I know I'm just kind of rambling here, but I'm truly trying to help the best way I can. I know that there's a lot of recession talk, and you're seeing big companies freeze their hiring, and it's scary. But at the same time, you need to understand that there's so many companies out there that are actually, in fact, hiring. And it's just a matter of you being really specific about what you want, increasing your odds of moving forward in the process at every step, from the resume to the actual interview, and then getting in front of as many people as possible. It's a numbers game at the end of the day. So good luck. Hopefully this is helpful, guys. Hit subscribe. 2 videos every week, Monday and Wednesday, and then check out the links below. If you have interviews coming up, if you want more prep, I've got a lot of information. I've got a course on how you can prepare yourself best, but check all of that out. It's all centered on helping you. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you.